One shot, let's begin. Ekrano by Kitomohiro. Alright. So, if Kitomohiro sounds familiar, we just did his killing plan. So, we're gonna do something I hope a little bit more lighthearted in this giant mecha. So let's begin, everybody. Monthly comic at bunch. Okay, just probably start with magazines here. Coordinates X08. Presence detected. Proton count unclear at this time. Most likely to be a babe type. Requesting extermination. Over. Oh, is that a person sighted? The machine that soars across the sky and cruises the seas. Affirmative. Shiruru. Let's compete again and see who can destroy more. I don't remember ever actually competing against you, Soloto. Oh. And don't get too carried away. You almost got yourself into trouble by flying too high last time, remember? You still got a lot of studying to do. Oh, for the love of... I'm off first! Okay, fish. It's a junior! Let's see. That's 1, 2, 3. Soloto, you're up too high. It's coming for you. Huh? Whoa! That left a dent, didn't it? Oh, please. As if my buy dice would get dented by something like that. Well, is it that great? Take this! You're wasting ammunition. Oh, yeah, Shurudu? Did your dad come back yet? No? Not yet. I said you're wasting ammunition. Wasn't he supposed to come back yesterday? Change of plans. Seems the asteroid train retrieval this time is taking a lot longer than planned. Why is that? Something about the drop-off point being off. Look, you're firing too much. You're gonna run out of ammunition at this rate. Yeah. Quit being so naggy. You do realize the ammunition's made from extraplanetary resources, don't you? Oh, whatever. Your dad's good at taking care of all that stuff. Why do I even bother with you? 4. Come on, you should put more of an effort to destroying them too. This is our job after all. Actually, no. 5. Our job's to study as students. This is just a little way to let some steam off. We're doing our homework as soon as we get back. What? You're going to anger the teacher again if you don't. Next. Listen, when others speak to you for once. Haha, that makes 6. Now that deserves a compliment. Maybe after you finish your homework. Math sucks. Who cares about boring stuff like algebra? Well, it's thanks to boring math that your bulls could find their mark right now. Your entire Bidex owes its entire cremation to mathematical and scientific knowledge. Like I care. I'm not cut out for that stuff. That's exactly why you need to study more. 7. Nope. Don't need to study at all. I'll just be your wife when I grow up. Please, no. 7! No, not 7. 8! I don't need a dumb wife that doesn't even know her algebra. I know, it's just fine. Jeez, you gotta balance both sides. Using that, the rule X's before Y's except after E's. You put in some bizarre data in your Akashic nerve, haven't you? Tsundo no hero! You lost me. Oh, like I'm to blame. Whose big idea was it to put so many X's and Y's? I'm not good with English. We're talking about math. 9! Ammunition depleted. Shirudu, if you aren't gonna shoot, lend me some of yours. Give me more ammo. There aren't even any left. Oh, damn it. And I was so close to reaching 10, too. Then let's just do 10 homework questions instead when we get back. No, I don't wanna. This is Charlotte Rabbit 01. All hostiles eliminated within visual range. Awaiting confirmation. Over. This is Blue House. Elimination confirmed. Come back home and take a break. Over. Roger that. Headed back home now. Over. Gotta say over. Good work out there. Welcome back. Thanks. Come on. Over once you're done changing. We're doing our homework. As if. The world today is submerged. It didn't have anything to do with the environmental problems people of the past were concerned about. When the unmanned plant was set up in the asteroid belt to mine for more natural resources, It's theorized that a mysterious form of extraterrestrial life was unknowingly transferred to Earth, and as they multiplied, they dramatically changed Earth's environment. These life forms were named Kujirani. The Kujirani aren't animals, they're actually closer to plants. However, they can move and perceive their immediate surroundings like animals, and they will also attack when approached. They attack with their frontal horns or high pressure dorsal water spouts. Humanity is currently confined to the surface of the ocean. They can only be approached from just above the water to the point where our machines barely graze the water. Flying any higher will get you targeted by their high pressure water spout attack dubbed hydro cutters. Thus, a machine was specifically engineered to combat them. The Ekrano Bidice. The Bidice patrol 24/7 around all islands humans currently reside on. They protect humanity from any Kujaranji that happen to approach. It's not a game. Hey, what are you wasting time for? Hurry over. We gotta do our homework. Fine. God, you're slow. You could start where you last left off at the Jesus box. Code red, code red. All Bidice pilot report in. A large number of Kujirani have entered the current future course of House Blue. All pilots report to your battle stations. Repeating message. All Bidice pilot report in. Oh, wow, that's a lot. Come on, let's get to work then. Just so you know, the X and Y aren't actual letters, they're just symbols to stand in for numbers. Oh, really? Let's see who can get first up to 20 kills. Please listen to people when they talk to you. My reference book this time. The mecha I drew for this one shot is based off a jet ski like robot I doodled almost 16 years ago. And then I thought maybe it would be cool like an Ekrano plane. Even though they look cool, I couldn't find any Japanese book on Ekrano planes, so I ended up shelling out to buy an expensive foreign book on Ekrano planes that I could use as reference material. But as you might figure, I just ended up looking at the pretty pictures and not really doing anything with them. I couldn't really use it for a reference in the end. Bummers. A-10 Rescue Team Takeoff. This was a book I read almost 30 years ago when I was in middle school. What especially appealed to my middle schooler heart was the top secret Jesus box device. It was the first piece of fiction that I'm aware of that introduced the concept of a machine being controlled by the pilot brainwaves. The story is about an A-10 controlled by brainwaves duking it out against MiG-25. Even reading it now, it still gets my spirit burning. Ever since, the robots that I've come up with are all more or less mind-controlled. Fiddling with levers and buttons is such a hassle, you know. But there were hardly any scenes of that in the one-shot, so this book didn't really help out much as a reference book either. Okay. Not really too into mechas, to be honest. Not that I have anything against it, but I don't actively like seek them out as a genre. I mean, it establishes the characters well. I will say, I forgot what they were shooting. Like, as I was reading this here, I just kind of knew it was a fish. And as I'm going through these pages, they show the fish once, right? It's like, okay, they're going, boom, and then boom, it's a junior, shoot it, boom. And then after that, they don't really show them again. And then you have the little suit there. Was this main title Evangelion? I've never seen Evangelion, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, it's a story. I don't think that, how do I put this? Not, nothing really happened. I know that's a pretty weird thing to say, but it kind of feels like we're in the middle of serialization at this point. Like, we're in the middle of, like, a chapter 6, 7, or 8. It has elements of, like, a one-shot, and I think this is a very interesting thing, is that this isn't a chapter 1. This isn't a one-shot. This is, like, a chapter 6. Or something. Like, it has elements of a chapter 1. It just kind of does a lot of, what do you call it? It just does a lot of context setting, but you could easily get rid of this and put it somewhere else, or you could just go in and they're just whales. Okay, whales are evil. Although dolphins are the real evil ones. You could, put this in, like, chapter 3 or 4 or something, or a later one, and then explain the world and what's happening, you know? This feels kind of shoehorned in, to be honest. Like, maybe this was at the beginning, but you gotta start off with a really good one. Like, it establishes their personalities well. And that's really all I could say about this. It established their personalities well, but like usually with one shot, there's like one oh my gosh moment, you know? There's one like, hey, this is amazing, or this, that, and the other happened, you know? But like in this one, there was nothing really of note. Am I supposed to like really be like, oh yeah, you didn't do your math homework, ha ha ha, relatable and amazing? Like their relationship has potential here. Also, didn't realize that was a guy, um, at first. And the vagueness of like, hey, I'm hitting on you. I'm gonna be your wife someday. No, you're useless. You're carefree. I'm more serious. Sure, it establishes that dynamic well enough, right? We just get these characters here. We know who they are. One is shooting the other ones. The other one's a little bit more reserved and conservative. But even like the girl at the end is like, it's not a game, um, where she realizes like, oh my gosh, she's taking it more seriously than we realize. And I think that's what's important. It's not a game. And then they go and do whatever, right? And then they face the threat of the whales. And like, I guess part of this, why this is not particularly menacing to me, is I don't perceive these whales as a threat. Because it's saying, oh, these whales, blah blah, they're closer to plants here. They could, and they will also attack when approached. You know, they're confined to the surface of the ocean here. Um, yeah, so like they protect you in Kujaranji. So these Kujaranji, I don't think they cause the apocalypse. There may be an element of it there or something. Or did they cause the apocalypse? Let me just make sure. It says the asteroid from one night destroys the mysterious life form. Okay, so yeah, the Kujaranji changed the world environment, but I don't see them as a threat. Like when you just have them defeated so easily and like in the middle of like carefreeness here, it's like, oh, they're just killing cockroaches, except it's probably easier to kill them than it is to kill a cockroach, like that. I don't perceive them as a threat. Like maybe if you had them being like, oh, I'm like he's gonna take down this ship actively here. Oh no, like, but the fact that they're kind of just chatting it up while like destroying these also means it's like, what stakes are there? What do I have to care about? And that's part of why I say this is like a chapter 2, 3, or 4, right? Like maybe if this was a like true one shot, it would be something like, hey, we have these characters and they were just killed by these whales, and then like all of a sudden she swoops in and he swoops in, and then all of a sudden they start killing, like, oh, luckily we have our ace people, right? But we established like people getting attacked by these whales or them causing all these damage and danger. But just telling me that they're dangerous and then showing them easily get destroyed is not really the way to do it, right? The art is fine. Um, yeah, this is an interesting suit. I wonder what color it is. Do they have it in the front page? It's black. Oh, black and green is actually kind of a nice color scheme. I didn't even notice the swirl in her hair, honestly. Ah, that's cool. I like it. I like the design. Um, yeah, I just think that it's okay. Might be the first time where this thing reads more like a chapter 2, 3, or 4 than a chapter 1 or a one shot, or something already made for serialization. It's just kind of bizarre. It establishes characters, but there's no stakes. There's no big like oof movement there, or a big like, oh, this is amazing moment going on. So it's okay. It's okay. I just want the rest of it here, or maybe another 10, 15 pages. It was cool. This is obviously a passion project, though. He liked the mechas. They wanted to make it a mecha manga, so they made a mecha manga. And yeah, I guess that's everything. So with all that being said, like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for being born, y'all. Peace out.